Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today the topic which I have bring for you is reproductive cycle or menstrual cycle. It is a very common topic and if it is utmost importance, the students basically face the problem in discussing this topic, writing about all the phases, how the physiology of menstrual cycle takes place. So let's study in detail. So what is menstrual cycle? It is basically a cyclical process of a natural changes that occurs in the uterus and ovary. Why I have mentioned about the uterus and ovary? Because we are going to study that menstrual cycle, there are changes that occurs in the ovary, which we will call as ovarian cycle, and in the uterus, which we will call as uterine cycle. Why these changes are being occurring? Because in order to make the sexual reproduction possible. And menstrual cycle is equally important because it is essential for the production of the ova or egg, which are the female gametes responsible for reproduction, and it is also preparing the uterus for that gametes which is making a zygote blastocyst for the implantation. Moreover, menstrual cycle is a fertile period of a female starting from menarche till menopause. What is menarche? It is the starting of menstruation in a female when she attains the puberty. And what is menopause? It is the complete cessation or stoppage of menstruation of a female. Okay, so this is the menstrual cycle, just a brief introduction about it. When we want to study the menstrual cycle, because we have studied that it is a cyclical process. Okay, it is a pulsating process. So it is under the influence of hormones. Now, when our body has to be under the hormones, when our body has to be regulated, there must be a center which is regulating our body, which is controlling all the functions of the body. And if I talk about, I think you have guessed the right thing, the master gland which is controlling all major functions of the body is hypothalamus. So when we want to study the menstrual cycle, we have to study about the hormonal cycle which is regulating the menstrual cycle, and we will study it in the form of HPO axis. HPO axis क्या होता है? HPO is hypothalamo pituitary ovarian axis. Means hypothalamus, which is considered to be the master gland of the body, it is connecting to the pituitary gland of the nervous system and acting upon the ovaries, which is releasing some hormones, and these hormones are acting for the reproduction. So what is the hypothalamus is doing? Hypothalamus, I am drawing it. Let's draw hypothalamus. This is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the main portion of the central nervous system, which is basically mainly controlling, or we can say linking the nervous system to the endocrine system to make the body work. And if the endocrine system or function which is being influenced by this is pituitary gland, means the hypothalamus who is putting some of the secretions, and these secretions are what? These are gonadotrophs, under the influence of gonadotrophin releasing hormone. So in order to study the menstrual cycle, which I am saying that it is under a hormonal balance, it is a cyclical process, it is a pulsatile process, means menstrual cycle is being controlled, regulated by some hormonal pathway. And that pathway, if we want to study, we will study in terms of HPO axis. That is, H stands for hypothalamo, P stands for pituitary, and O stands for ovarian. Means hypothalamus, which is the central portion or which is the main portion of the central nervous system, what is it doing? It is secreting some, it is putting some secretions. When and how? This hypothalamus is, what is it doing? It has numerous small nuclei. इसके पास बहुत सारे nuclei होते हैं, और जो nuclei हमारी secretions को pour करता है. If I draw over here, this small nuclei which is putting the secretions, This nuclei is called as arcuate nucleus. This is being secreted by the hypothalamus. What is it doing? It is linking the nervous system to the endocrine system with the help of pituitary gland, and this pituitary gland is connected to the hypothalamus with the help of the pituitary stalk. So what is arcuate nucleus doing? It is pouring the secretions. अब ये secretions क्या हैं? ये secretions हैं gonadotrophins. Means what are gonadotrophins? These are the secretions, these are the hormones I am talking about, my dear students, which are responsible for the reproduction. So gonadotrophins are being GnRH, that is gonadotrophin releasing hormone, is stimulating the pituitary gland to secrete the gonadotrophins, and main gonadotrophins which are secreted by this pituitary gland is having two hemispheres. There is anterior pituitary and one is posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary के ऊपर ये अपना काम करेगा. It will influence, it will stimulate the anterior pituitary to release the gonadotrophins, and the main gonadotrophins it will release is FSH and LH. FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone and LH stands for luteinizing hormone. So this is a hypothalamo-pituitary ovarian axis. In the next picture, I will draw the cycle also, I will draw ovary also, how it works, how it is influencing the secretions are influencing the ovary, because in the next part we will gonna study this gonadotroph, FSH and LH, how they are promoting the ovaries for folliculogenesis. Follicles कैसे बनते हैं, mature होते हैं और ovary से release होता है. Okay. So in order to study the menstrual cycle, we will study the two phases, two types, that is ovarian cycle and uterine cycle. In just previous to this, I have made you understand about the HPO axis कि वो कैसे काम करता है, ठीक है? पर HPO axis को भी बहुत coordinated रहना पड़ता है, because in order to run these two cycles, okay, means the hormones which are being secreted by the anterior pituitary, that is FSH and LH, has to work upon the ovaries and uterus, because जब ovaries पे काम करेगा FSH और LH, तो ये FSH LH will help them to secrete the ovarian hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. ठीक है? So ovaries का जब influence, when ovaries will be influenced by the follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, they will secrete estrogen and progesterone, other two hormones that are ovarian hormones, which will affect the uterus. So these two cycles will be simultaneously will go on, they are parallel to each other. But जो phases हम पढ़ेंगे, हम कैसे पढ़ेंगे, जो हम ovarian cycle के अंदर phases पढ़ेंगे, we will study as follicular phase, ठीक है, और we also call them as pre-ovulatory phase. Second is ovulation. What is ovulation? This is the release of a mature egg. Okay. And third phase is luteal phase. Now, to keep one thing in mind is that जब हमने ovarian cycle की बात करी है, तो हमने follicular phase की बात करी है. फॉलिकुलर फेज का मतलब होता है कि जो हमारी ओवरीज में स्पेसेस हैं, सैक्स हैं, जिसको हम एग सेल्स बोलते हैं, वही हमारे फॉलिकल्स हैं. जब एक फीमेल चाइल्ड व्हेन शी इज इन इंट्रायूट्राइन लाइफ, ओके, आई विल डिस्कस दिस इन इलैबोरेटिवली, कुछ फैक्ट्स है इसके रिगार्डिंग कि जब एक फीमेल अभी इंट्रायूट्राइन लाइफ में होती है, शी इज नॉट बॉर्न, अराउंड 6 to 8 weeks द ओवरीज ऑफ अ फीमेल fetus undergo the mitotic division and develops around 7 million of follicles. 7 million of follicles जो बनते हैं around 20 weeks से 28 weeks पे, it is around 7 million or we can say 5 to 7 million. लेकिन जब इस फीमेल चाइल्ड का बर्थ हो जाता है वो 7 मिलियन फॉलिकल्स रह जाते हैं. हाउ मच दे आर रिड्यूस टू 2 मिलियन. ओके, फिर हम बात करेंगे कि ये 2 मिलियन फॉलिकल्स जो रह जाते हैं उनकी जब डेवलपमेंट होती है, उनकी मैच्योरेशन होती है, बिकॉज जब वो पैदा हो जाती है प्यूबर्टी तक, ओके, इन बिटवीन दैट पीरियड, बर्थ के से लेके प्यूबर्टी तक उसमें कोई चेंज नहीं आता. दिस चैप्टर आई विल डिस्कस सेपरेटली बिकॉज ये मैं आपको जेनेसिस समझाऊंगी अच्छे से. ठीक है, तो ये फॉलिकल्स में क्या होता है कि ये जो बर्थ से लेके प्यूबर्टी तक कोई चेंज नहीं आता, वो सेम रहता है, लेकिन और किसमें अरेस्ट हो जाते हैं वो जो फॉलिकल्स जो 2 मिलियन रह गए हैं, वो क्या करते हैं, डिप्लोटीन स्टेज ऑफ प्रोफेज, दिस इज अ टाइप ऑफ अ माइटोटिक डिविजन, वो वहां पे अरेस्ट हो जाते हैं, वो कुछ नहीं करते. जैसे ही इस फीमेल चाइल्ड ने प्यूबर्टी अटेन करी, ठीक है, शी रीचेस द प्यूबर्टी, प्यूबर्टल चेंजेस आकर्स, this follicular phase starts again because now she is entering into the reproductive cycle. And this follicular phase जो हमारे पास 2 मिलियन हमारे पास फॉलिकल्स थे बर्थ के टाइम पे, प्यूबर्टी तक वो कितने रह जाते हैं, ओनली 2 to 3 lakhs. तो 2 से 3 लाख जो हमारे पास 4 से 5 लाख जो हमारे पास फॉलिकल्स रह गए, उस 4 से 5 लाख फॉलिकल्स जो हैं ये पूरे उसकी लाइफ साइकिल में अब काम करना चाहेंगे. पर हम बात ये भी करेंगे कि जो ये 4 से 5 लाख फॉलिकल्स रह जाते हैं, इसमें से सिर्फ 450 से 500 फॉलिकल्स ही उसके पूरी लाइफ, जब तक वो मेनोपॉज नहीं आता तब तक उसको यूटिलाइज होते हैं. इट मीन्स रेस्ट ऑफ द फॉलिकल्स आर ऑफ नो यूज, दे बिकम एट्रेटिव, उनका वो डिग्रेड हो जाते हैं. इट मीन्स यहाँ पर भी एक रेस है कि आउट ऑफ मिलियंस ऑफ फॉलिकल्स, देन एट बर्थ इट इज अराउंड 2 to 3 lakhs, then at puberty is at birth it is 2 millions, ठीक है, then at puberty it is 4 to 5 lakhs, but out of 4 to 5 lakhs also only 450 to 500 will be used in the whole reproductive cycle of the female. Okay बेटा, so what I am going to tell you is follicular phase में जो वो रह गए हैं हमारे पास 2 से 3 लाख फॉलिकल्स, उसका जब मेच्योरेशन वगैरह सब होगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज फॉलिकुलर फेज. एंड आफ्टर दैट दिस फॉलिकुलर फेज में से जैसे ही स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, दे विल रिलीज अ 1 मेच्योर एग which will be getting ready for the reproduction. This process is called as ovulation. And after that, in order to, अगर वो हमारा ओवुलेशन के ग्राफियन फॉलिकल से मेच्योर एग रिलीज हो गया, डोमिनेंट फॉलिकल रिलीज हो गया, डेफिनेटिव ओवम रिलीज हो गया, उसको मेंटेन करने के लिए देन वी हैव अ लुटियल फेज व्हिच विल सिक्रीट द 2 hormones ईस्ट्रोजन एंड प्रोजेस्टेरॉन which will help to maintain the pregnancy. This is a brief introduction I am giving you, just preparing a scenario in your mind, making a blueprint for you so that आगे की slides को, आगे की lecture को आप समझ सको. Okay? So what is uterine cycle? अब इसमें क्या होता है कि जब ovarian cycle, ovaries ने अपनी ovulation वाला काम कर दिया, तो uterus ने भी क्या किया, ठीक है, this is the uterine lining. Okay? So यूट्रस ने भी क्या किया, अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करना शुरू कर दिया. दिस इज वॉट मीन्स नाउ इट इज सेइंग दैट कि मैं क्या करता हूँ, अपने आप को प्रेगनेंसी के लिए एंटिसिपेटरी अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करता है. मीन्स जो हमारे हॉर्मोन्स हैं विच इज प्रोड्यूस बाय द ओवेरियन साइकिल, ओवरी से प्रोड्यूस हुए हैं, ये किस पे एक्ट करेंगे, यूट्रस पे एक्ट करेंगे और इसकी एंडोमेट्रियल लाइनिंग को चेंज करेंगे. ठीक है, वी विल स्टडी इन डिटेल अबाउट दिस. ओके, एंड दिस हैज सेपरेट फेजेस, और इसमें जो फेजेस होते हैं, फर्स्ट इज मेंस्ट्रुएशन, सेकेंड वन इज प्रोलिफरेटिव एंड थर्ड फेज इज secretory. Okay, so these are the phases of uterine cycle. In order to study the ovarian cycle, the first phase I have told you that is follicular phase, and the follicular phase को समझने के लिए थोड़ा पीछे जाते हैं because हम पढ़ने वाले हैं folliculogenesis. What is folliculogenesis? It is the formation of the ovarian follicle, that is a mature ovarian follicle which is required for the reproduction. Okay, it starts from the formation from the primordial follicle and we will study up till the tertiary follicle. and that will be a Graafian follicle or antral follicle which will release a mature egg जिसको हम definitive ovum बोलेंगे, है ना. So now what is primordial follicle? इसको मैंने थोड़ा सा आपको hint भी दिया था, introduction भी दिया था कि primordial follicles जो होते हैं एक female reproductive tract में already follicles present हैं which are in the stage of a primordial follicles. Primordial follicles basically immature follicles है जिनके पास oocyte तो है but that is not mature, that is immature. And we have studied also that there are around 7 million follicles a female has in intrauterine life. जब तक उसका birth होता है it remains up till 2 million और जब तक वो puberty तक आती है it gets reduced to 4 to 5 lakhs. But out of 4 to 5 lakhs only 450 and 500 are being used for the reproduction in the whole reproductive cycle of a female from menarche to till menopause. Now this primordial follicle, if you see the structure, I will tell you about that primordial follicles में से जब ये primary follicle की तरफ जाते हैं इनका एक पूरा process होता है which is called as recruitment. Recruitment of follicle. What is recruitment? Anything. We have a cohort of follicles. हमारे पास तो we have around 4 to 5 lakh follicles. अब ये 4 to 5 lakh follicles they thrive, they fight for that, they wants to change to primary follicle, to secondary, tertiary and become the mature ova. So the primordial follicles, when they wants to get selected for the follicular genesis, that particular process is called as recruitment of the follicles. Okay. Now primordial follicles, out of which there are 4 to 5 lakhs, we only select 15 to 20. So means the primary follicles we get out of primordial follicles is only 15 to 20. So these 15 to 20 primordial follicles will become primary follicle. Now let's see the morphology of a primordial follicles first of all. So these follicles are what? You can see a picture over here. This is a main part of the follicle which is called as oocyte. Okay. The layer of cells, you can see there is a single layer of cells and these cells are called as granulosa cells. What are they called as? Granulosa cells. And you can see the certain red color part. This is the stromal cells or you can stromal cortex cells of follicle. Okay? Now these 15 to 20 will thrive, will go towards the primary follicle. They are only recruited. अगर मैं बात करती हूँ तो दोनों ovaries में से each will secrete around 5 to 6 follicles. Okay. So primary follicle, when primordial follicle gets converted to the primary follicle, there is a change you can see over here. There are two changes. What are they? You can see the oocyte is same. Oocyte is same. Okay. But you can see one layer. Blue color की आपको एक layer दिख रही है, which is called as zona pellucida. What is it? Zona pellucida layer is secreted by the granulosa cells only. It is the glycoprotein layer. Okay. And what is the speciality of this layer? It protects the ovum, it nourishes the ova, and when the sperm, at the time of fertilization, when the sperm approaches the ova, it gets stopped by this zona pellucida layer because many sperms comes to fertilize this ova. They wants to penetrate this lining, this covering. But zona pellucida, when allows one sperm to get through it to make it fertilize to the egg, तो ये zona pellucida layer अपने आप को seal कर लेती है, बंद कर लेती है. और इसकी क्या स्पेशलिटी होती है कि this zona pellucida layer only allows the human sperm to go through it. Now the second change you will see from the primordial follicle to the primary follicle is, you can see the single here in primordial follicle we have the single layer of the granulosa cells. But in the primary follicle, this single layer of the granulosa cells becomes more broadened and they looks like they are more cuboidal. Columnar cells की एक lining दिख जाएगी आपको, ठीक है? So from the cuboidal single layer they become more cuboidal, broaden up, है ना? And we have the zona pellucida added over here. So this is the structure of the primary follicle. Whereas when this primary follicle gets ready, here the two activities will take place. Okay, the primary follicle is bee will complete its first meiotic division, that is being arrested in the prophase diplotin stage of the prophase of meiosis 1. हमने बात करी थी कि जब इंट्रायूट्राइन लाइफ में एक फीटस होता है, उसके पास बहुत सारे फॉलिकल्स होते हैं जो पहले माइटोसिस करते हैं, लेकिन जैसे ही वो प्रोफेज फेज ऑफ मियोसिस 1 में एंटर करते हैं तो वहाँ जाके वो अरेस्ट हो जाते हैं. But at the time of puberty, when the follicles are getting ready for the mature follicle, this prophase 1 का जो meiosis 1 का diplotin stage of prophase 1 था बेटा, वो फिर से resume हो जाएगा. Activity of meiosis 1 will be completed और यहाँ हमको मिल जाएगा primary oocyte. Am I clear to all? Okay. So this primary oocyte will be formed at the primary function at the primary follicle. Now this primary oocyte has become, यहाँ पे हमें ये मिल चुका है. After that, when primary follicle is going towards to become the secondary follicle, again they are thriving. ये अब फिर से चाह रहे out of 15 to 20, they are wants to become the secondary follicle. तो ये क्या करते हैं, अपने ऊपर FSH के रिसेप्टर्स को अटैच कर लेते हैं, लेकिन अभी भी ये इंडिपेंडेंट. ओके, दे आर नॉट गेटिंग द FSH फ्रॉम द GNR, फ्रॉम द इंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी, बट दे हैव पुट अप द रिसेप्टर्स ऑन देम. दे आर गेटिंग रेडी टू गेट दैट. आफ्टरवर्ड्स जैसे ही प्राइमरी फॉलिकल मिड हमारा फॉलिकुलर फेज आता है, follicular stimulating hormone attaches on the follicles of the granulosa cells जिसके receptors थे, ठीक है. And when they are being prepared, तो ये क्या करेंगे, they are being helped by the follicle stimulating hormone and it will become secondary follicle. So in order to study the menstrual cycle, हमने बात की थी कि there are two phases, that is phases or we can say the types, that is ovarian cycle and uterine cycle. And the first part of the ovarian cycle is follicular phase, that is we will study in the detail ki follicular genesis, that is the formation of the mature ova, or we can talk about the ovarian follicle out of the primordial follicle till ovulation or ratio of the ovum. So what is follicular genesis? I will take up in the stages कि follicles कैसे बनते हैं, क्या क्या उनमें changes आते हैं under the influence of hormones, and how we got to know about the Graafian follicle, जो हमारे पास एक mature follicle आ जाता है which releases the definitive ovum. So let's start with the first type, that is called as primordial follicle. Primordial follicle जो होता है, अगर मैं इसको draw करके आपको बताती हूँ, so what is follicle? Follicle is containing the egg, that is the oocyte, okay? And this follicle we have the single layer of simple flat cells, right? So these are the simple layer of flat cells. Now what are these cells are called? These are called as granulosa cells. And this ovum which we will talk about, this is called as oocyte. And there are some of the cells which will be called as stromal cells. Right? So what is primordial follicle? हमने बात की थी कि when a female is in the intrauterine life, she has around 7 million of follicles. उसके पास 7 million follicles होते हैं, और जब तक उसका बर्थ होता है वो 7 million रह जाते हैं, अराउंड 2 million. बट जो 2 million 7 million से 2 million था, उसमें माइटोटिक डिवीजन कंप्लीट होने के बाद एक डिवीजन होती है, इसको बोलते हैं मियोसिस. मियोसिस के 2 पार्ट्स होते हैं, मियोसिस 1 एंड मियोसिस 2. लेकिन जो ये फॉलिकल्स की जब माइटोटिक डिवीजन के बाद मियोसिस शुरू हुआ था, तो वो उन्होंने क्या किया, वो अरेस्ट हो गए बिफोर बर्थ एट डिप्लोटीन स्टेज ऑफ प्रोफेज 1. राइट स्टूडेंट्स? सो डिप्लोटीन स्टेज ऑफ प्रोफेज 1 पे वो अरेस्ट हो गए, उनमें कोई मल्टीप्लिकेशन नहीं हुई. लेकिन जैसे ही बर्थ हो गया तब तक भी कोई चेंज नहीं हुआ. एज द फीमेल अटेन्स प्यूबर्टी, the cycle of the formation of the follicle starts because she has entered into the reproductive cycle. तो अभी उसके जो प्रीमोडियल फॉलिकल्स जो कि डिप्लोटीन स्टेज ऑफ प्रोफेज 1 ऑफ मियोसिस 1 पे रुक गए थे, वो प्रीमोडियल फॉलिकल्स अब अपनी दोबारा से रिज्यूम कर लेंगे अपनी एक्टिविटी को टू बिकम अ प्राइमरी फॉलिकल. And what changes you will see in the primary follicle and the primordial follicle is that these cells which are single layered, you can see they are very flat cells. बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लैट है, चपटे हैं, पर जैसे प्रीमोडियल फॉलिकल्स में कन्वर्ट होंगे आउट ऑफ इनटू द प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स, दीज सेल्स बिकम क्यूबॉइडल और कॉलुमिनल. ठीक है, ये क्यूब्स की तरह हो जाएंगे, दे बिकम क्वाइट टॉर्चुअस. और उस साइड के बाहर आप एक लेयर को देख रहे हो जिसको हम बोलते हैं जोना पेलुसिडा लेयर. What is zona pellucida layer? Zona pellucida layer is the one which protects the ovum from it gives the nourishment also, and at the time of fertilization, अगर sperm इसको fertilize करना चाहेगा egg को, तो it has to pass through this membrane layer, which is a zona pellucida layer. Zona pellucida layer तक वो sperm पहुँचेगा, ठीक है, because many sperms approaches the ova. But this zona pellucida will allow only the one sperm to fertilize the egg, and when the egg is being fertilized, तो ये zona pellucida अपने आप को seal कर लेता है, दूसरे sperm को आने नहीं देता. और इसकी एक और खासियत है, one more speciality is this, कि ये human sperm को ही allow करते हैं. Fine. Now the other thing is we want to know is कि हमारे दिमाग में क्वेश्चन आता है कि प्रीमोडियल फॉलिकल्स जो प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स बनते हैं, आपने तो बोला था कि देयर आर लॉट ऑफ फॉलिकल्स, 4 to 5 लाख फॉलिकल्स प्यूबर्टी तक होती हैं. फिर हमने ये भी बात करी थी कि आउट ऑफ देम ओनली 450 to 500 विल बी गेटिंग ओव्यूलेटेड, गेटिंग सेलेक्टेड इन द होल रिप्रोडक्टिव साइकिल ऑफ फीमेल फ्रॉम मिनाप टिल मेनोपॉज. ठीक है, देन टू जब ये साइकिल स्टार्ट होनी होती है, to like make you understand that the primordial follicles जो होते हैं वो ये नहीं कि तुरंत एकदम से सेलेक्ट हो जाते हैं. They takes around 85 days or 3 months. 3 महीने पहले ही इनकी रिक्रूटमेंट हो जाती है. This is called as recruitment of the follicles. हमारे पास एक cohort है. We have a cohort of follicles. और उस cohort में से we want a suitable, or we can say we have a number of follicles which are being selected. That is called as recruitment. जो रिक्रूटमेंट होती है हमारे फॉलिकल्स की वो पहले ही हो जाती है around 85 days, 3 months, right? And these follicles which are being recruited, selected, they are around 15 to 20. This is not an approx number. It could vary from women to women according to the age also. ठीक है, in early stages there is a very good number of the follicles which is being selected. As per the age increases, तो follicles कम हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, so 15 से 20 follicles प्रीमोडियल follicles select हो चुके हैं, जिसमें से कि फाइनल ग्राफिन follicle बनेगा. और अगर हम बात करते हैं each ovary से, तो एक ovary around can make 5 to 6 follicles from the each ovary, right? So primordial follicle will change into the primary follicle, and now we will see that अब हम सोचेंगे कि फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन, लुटेनाइजिंग हार्मोन कब काम करेंगे, कब उनका काम शुरू होगा. बिकॉज हम तो बात कर रहे थे कि जो फॉलिकल्स मेच्योर होते हैं उनके लिए तो एफएसएच चाहिए, एलएच चाहिए. सो द फॉलिकुलर स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन जो हाइपोथैलेमस ने सिक्रीट करना है फ्रॉम द इंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी एंड लुटेनाइजिंग हार्मोन, फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन स्टार्ट्स वर्किंग ऑन द प्राइमरी फॉलिकल एंड इट मेक्स इट ग्रो. तो फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन प्राइमरी फॉलिकल के ऊपर काम करना शुरू कर देता है, पहले प्रीमोडियल फॉलिकल को इसकी जरूरत नहीं होती. सो दिस प्राइमोडियल फॉलिकल इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ एफएसएच, कि आई एम एबल टू ग्रो ऑन माई ओन, आई डोंट वांट एफएसएच, और इसके खुद के ग्रोथ फैक्टर्स होते हैं विच इज अलाउइंग देम टू ग्रो. सो प्राइमरी फॉलिकल में एफएसएच विल एक्ट अपॉन इट बिकॉज द एफएसएच रिसेप्टर्स आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द ग्रैनुलोसा सेल्स. वो उसको ग्रो करवा रहे हैं इन सच अ वे that it will go to such a extent it will become a secondary follicle. The secondary follicle will be there. This is zona pellucida layer. These are the cells. ये बहुत सारे cells at the time of secondary follicles. We have multiple layer of granulosa cells. And one more thing you will see in the secondary follicle is a layer is being seen over here. ठीक है? So this is our oocyte. This is zona. These are granulosa cells, and the layer outside I have made with dotted line is theca layer. Okay, let's see the bigger picture of the secondary follicle and the making of the tertiary follicle. This is the oocyte, this is the zona pellucida, this is the multiple layer of the granulosa cells, and we have the theca layer. Now very important event occurs at the time of formation of secondary follicle, because I have already told you कि FSH का काम नहीं रुकता. प्राइमरी फॉलिकल के टाइम पे FSH रिसेप्टर्स बन जाते हैं. दे नीड्स FSH, और FSH ही हेल्प करता है फॉलिकल्स को, प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स को टू ग्रो. और जैसे ही वो 2 to 5 नैनोमीटर इंक्रीज हो जाते हैं, दे नीड्स to become a secondary follicle. ठीक है? In secondary follicle they have a multiple layer of granulosa cells because they are growing under the influence of follicle stimulating hormone, and we have a theca layer also, that is theca internal and external layers. Now the events which will happen over here which will make it to ovulate is the, as we will talk about the theca cells and the granulosa cells. This is basically a theory, 2 cells to gonadotrophin theory. इसमें क्या होता है, theca cells जो है हमारे, जो outer most layer of cells है, it has the receptors for luteinizing hormone. तो जो theca cells हैं उनके ऊपर कौन से receptors हैं? luteinizing hormone के receptors हैं, right? Whereas the granulosa cells, जो हमारे granulosa cells हैं, उनके पास हमारे पास कौन से receptors हैं? It has the receptors of follicular stimulating hormone. Follicular stimulating hormone के receptors हैं. Means the pituitary will put up the secretions on these 2 layers. 2 cells, 2 gonadotrophin theory. How it will be occurring, I will explain you in detail. So theca cells, okay, what they do when, okay, now these cells we have talked about कि ये जो cells होते हैं ये बहुत vascular होते हैं. Vascularity is more because the blood is more. They will attract, they will have the LDL, which is a low density lipoprotein in the secretion or the circulation. This LDL will act upon the theca cells and also on the granulosa cells, but majority it will act upon the theca cells, this LDL, and this LDL will convert into cholesterol. Okay, this LDL will be converted into cholesterol, and the cholesterol will change up into the pregnenolone under the influence of luteinizing hormone. जब luteinizing hormone इसके ऊपर अटैच हो जाएगा रिसेप्टर के ऊपर, जो कोलेस्ट्रॉल था it will be converted into pregnenolone, which will further converted into androstenedione. These are the weak steroids. So what they are? They are the weak steroids which will be changing the cholesterol under the influence of luteinizing hormone to pregnenolone and to the androstenedione to make the androgens. So now this androstenedione, which is a steroid, which is the androgen, which will be taken up by the granulosa cells. Okay, so granulosa cells will take this androstenedione, which is an androgen, and when FSH will act upon the receptor, this granulosa cells under the influence of follicle stimulating hormone will convert this androstenedione to the estradiol. Now how it will be converted? Under the influence of an enzyme called as aromatase. Estradiol is the prominent part of the estrogen and estrone is the weaker part. So estradiol is the final product of estrogen, we will call as estrogen only, estradiol, which will be produced by the granulosa cells after being converted from the androstenedione in the cycle in the theca cells, which will diffuse the androstenedione to the follicle stimulating hormone in the granulosa cells, producing the estradiol, right? So estrogen is being produced over here, means these granulosa cells are having the lot of estrogen. Now estrogen is being produced over here. This is the first marking that ovaries has produced the estrogen hormone. Right? So let's draw a cycle or a graph. Want to tell you that we have covered the follicular phase. In the ovaries, the follicular phase has started, the early pre-ovulatory or follicular phase has started, the mid-follicular phase has completed, the formation of the secondary follicle has been completed. Now after the secondary follicle will have the estrogen, it will keep on growing and will become a tertiary follicle. Let's see in the next part. Okay, we have seen the whole cycle of the up till we have seen the secondary follicle, how it is being forming. Now growing follicles, we have seen the folliculogenesis. Simultaneously we have to see for the ovarian hormones as well as pituitary hormones, because under the influence of hormones only this whole cycle is being regulated. So if I talk about if you can see in the picture, you can see the multiple graphical representation of the hormones. What is the uprise, when it is becoming stagnant, stable, or when it is rising. So at the time of growing follicles, we can see that you can see the green picture. This green picture shows the follicle stimulating hormone. This blue picture shows the luteinizing hormone, because as they are pituitary hormones, so we are just seeing the two types of hormones over here. Whereas if we talk about the ovarian hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone, the orange line is shown as estradiol, which is the prominent part of estrogen we have seen that is being converted in the granulosa cells, and this purplish line is called as the progesterone. Okay, when the ovulation is being taking place, when the follicles are growing from the primordial follicle till the primary and secondary, until we get a tertiary or Graafian follicle, what is all happening in the hormones? If we see in this estrogen, this follicle stimulating hormone, the green line, at the time of folliculogenesis, first of all, if we see, it starts rising. In the first 5 days, जहाँ पे menstrual साइकिल होती है, जो कि इन द एंडोमेट्रियल लाइनिंग में जो होती है, विल शो यू द पिक्चर. In the endometrial lining, you can see this layer, which is the endometrial layer, which has become the stratum functionalis and stratum basalis layer. These two layers, है ना? So this is you can see the picture of the endometrium. This is the phase which is called as the menstrual phase. जो हमने पढ़ा था कि uterine cycle में menstrual phase होता है. ये menstrual phase is the one in which the menstruation occurs. Menstruation is a part of menstrual cycle जो हमारा uterine cycle में होता है. तो menstruation हो जाएगा, मतलब flow starts, the lining shed off, sludges off, because there is no progesterone and estrogen till 1 to 5 days. Simultaneously, when the uterus is having this menstruation, we are having the follicular phase in the ovaries, because जैसे ही menstruation start हो जाती है, the layers, the feedback, which is a positive feedback, goes towards the pituitary ki now the progesterone, estrogen, which are the ovarian follicles, the ovarian hormones, they are no more active. We want the folliculogenesis to restart, so the follicular stimulating hormone starts rising. And as it starts rising, okay, you can see after the 1 to 5 days menstruation होने के बाद 6 till 14th day यहाँ पे follicle stage increase होगा, follicular hormone increase होगा. that is follicle stimulating will affect the follicular growth, and as the follicular growth reaches up till the ovulation time. Now हमने secondary follicle पढ़ लिया था, हम tertiary follicle में हम क्या देखते हैं, I will show you in the picture to all you guys that in tertiary follicle you will see the antral fluid accumulates in the oocyte, in the tertiary follicle. This fluid, which is follicular fluid, which will surround the oocyte, this is called as antral fluid, okay. And there are number of cells which will surrounding the oocyte, that is called as cumulus ophorus. That cumulus ophorus cells will be surrounding the oocyte, and the inner layer of cumulus ophorus is called as corona radiata. So the tertiary follicle under the influence of this has a lot of estrogen. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जब हमारे पास ओवुलेशन होने वाली होती है, ओवुलेशन अभी नहीं हुई है, बिकॉज हम एक नॉर्मल मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल की अगर मैं बात करती हूँ, द रेंज और द साइकिल ऑफ द नॉर्मल पर्सन इज स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 21 to 35 days, बट एवरेज जो हम देखते हैं मोस्ट ऑफ द वुमेन इट इज़ ऑफ 28 days. तो अगर हमारी जो ओवुलेशन की हम बात करते हैं कि 28 days में जो साइकिल है, इट इज़ ऑफ 14th डे पे हमारी ओवुलेशन हो जाती है. ओवुलेशन से पहले लेट फॉलिकुलर स्टेज में हमारे पास फॉलिकुलर स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन जो बढ़ के फॉलिकल्स के लिए हेल्प कर दिया था उसने, उसके साथ जब हमारा ईस्ट्रोजन बढ़ना शुरू हो गया था तो उसने नेगेटिव फीडबैक दिया टू द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड कि स्टॉप सिक्रीटिंग द फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन. That's why follicle starts decreasing and estrogen starts increasing prior to the ovulation. It means जो हमारा estrogen है बच्चे, that estrogen has to be in a such an amount that it is around 200 picogram, make it available for the ovulation. ईस्ट्रोजन बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में होना चाहिए, और वो कितनी देर तक होना चाहिए, इट हैज़ टू बी देयर अप टिल 36 hours, और 36 hours के बाद भी इट हैज़ टू मेंटेन अ लेवल ऑफ 20 पिकोग्राम अप टिल 48 hours. ईस्ट्रोजन जैसे ही बढ़ा, दैट इज़ प्रायर टू द ओवुलेशन, इस ईस्ट्रोजन ने हैज़ मेड अगेन गिव अ पॉजिटिव फीडबैक टू द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड कि आई वॉन्ट FSH एंड LH मोर. ईस्ट्रोजन कहता है मैं अकेला नहीं कर पाऊंगा, मुझे लिटनाइजिंग हार्मोन और फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन दोबारा से चाहिए. सो एट द सेम थिंग, जब आप यहाँ ईस्ट्रोजन के पैरेलल आप देख रहे हो, दिस ब्लू लाइन यू कैन सी द ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन विच इज़ अपराइजिंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सर्ज. जब यहाँ पे सर्ज मीन्स इट स्टार्ट्स इंक्रीजिंग, और जैसे ही ओवुलेशन occurs, because estrogen has increased, the luteinizing hormone receptors has increased, it has become 10 folds. ईस्ट्रोजन से भी 10 गुना ज़्यादा ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन के रिसेप्टर्स हो जाते हैं. उसकी वजह से ईस्ट्रोजन तो ऑलरेडी बढ़ा हुआ है, उसने ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन को भी इंक्रीज कर दिया. उसके साथ साथ आप एक ग्रीन लाइन में देख रहे हो कि हमने तो कहा था फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग कम हो गया, लेकिन जैसे ही ईस्ट्रोजन ने कहा पिट्यूटरी को कि प्लीज़ मुझे ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन FSH हार्मोन दे दो, तो थोड़ा सा राइज आप फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन में भी देख रहे हो. और ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन तो ऑलरेडी सर्ज हो गया, मीन्स there is a peak of luteinizing hormone at the time of ovulation, and we can see the ova or the egg is released from the mature follicle, tertiary follicle, that is Graafian follicle, and at this point the ovulation, the meiosis 1 is resumed and it is being completed. जो हमारा meiosis 1 था, जो प्रोफेज 1 में ऑफ meiosis 1 में रुक गया था, यहाँ पर वो ओवुलेशन के टाइम पर इट हैज़ बी completed as meiosis 1 का division. Okay, so meiosis 1 has been completed, it has become the oocyte. This is a mature oocyte. ठीक है, this secondary oocyte, this is the Graafian follicle which has released the mature ova which is now ready to reproduce. It is called as definitive ova. Now we can see that जैसे ovum release हो जाता है, you can see here that luteinizing hormone is now starts decreasing because ova has been released. Okay, and the ova has been released. Now what we are left with? We are left with corpus luteum. Now the part which is left behind is called as corpus luteum, because the shell or the follicle which is left behind is yellow color. You can see over here it is empty, it is just containing the granulosa cells. These granulosa cells have become luteinized under the influence of luteinizing hormone. So these luteinizing hormone cells having the granulosa cells, they again asks for कि we want estrogen and progesterone. These corpus luteal cells which has become luteinized, they need, I will show you what they need. They need estrogen and progesterone. What is progesterone? Progesterone again under the influence of LDL. When LDL converted to the cholesterol, then androstenedione, they will be converted into progesterone, which is again a very important hormone required for the reproduction, for the fertilization and maintenance of pregnancy. So this corpus luteum will start secreting the progesterone and estrogen, and there will be a fall which will be seen in the follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, because there will be a negative feedback to the pituitary gland to stop secreting the FSH, because we have already got our, हमें हमारा ग्राफियन फॉलिकल से मेच्योर ओवा मिल चुका है, हमें नहीं चाहिए, अब ये मेच्योर ओवा रेडी हो गया है रिप्रोडक्शन के लिए. तो दिस ग्राफियन फॉलिकल has this corpus luteum has given the message कि I have already the 2 hormones, I need these 2 only. साथ में ही हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि हमारी सारी बातें हो गई हैं. लेट्स कम टू द यूट्राइन साइकिल. जब ये एक्टिविटीज चल रही थी, आप यहाँ देख रहे हो, देयर इज द शेडिंग ऑफ द वॉल, हमने ऑलरेडी बात कर ली थी कि यूट्रस में तो मेंस्ट्रुएशन चल रही है, पर साथ में ही फॉलिकुलर ग्रोथ भी होनी शुरू हो गई है, बिकॉज द ओवरीज आर गेटिंग प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द नेक्स्ट साइकिल. ओके, और नेक्स्ट साइकिल प्रिपेयर होना शुरू हो गया है. दैट इज फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ टू लास्ट मेंस्ट्रुअल पीरियड से स्टार्ट हो चुका है. एंड फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ लास्ट मेंस्ट्रुअल पीरियड पे जो वो फॉलिकुलर ग्रोथ हमने जो पढ़ा था, प्राइमोडियल, प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शियरी फॉलिकल जब हो जाता है, इट रिलीजेस द मेच्योर ओवा दैट एट द 14th डे ऑफ ओव्यूलेशन गाइस. सो दिस ओवा इज बीइंग रिलीज. जब यहाँ से ओवम रिलीज हो जाता है, नाउ वी आर गेटिंग, अब यहाँ पे आप इतना अपसर्ज देख रहे हो, इतनी ग्रोथ देख रहे हो. What is this layer is called as? There are basically 2 layers of the endometrium which gets ready. The inner layer, that is basalis, stratum basalis, and the upper layer of it is stratum functionalis. फंक्शनैलिस लेयर या फंक्शनल लेयर जो होती है, इट गेट्स स्लजेस ऑफ, इट गेट शेड्स ऑफ इन एवरी साइकिल. ओके, सो दी साइकिल शेड ऑफ होने से पहले वो वेट कर रही है, उसको नहीं पता कि जो हमारा ओवा है वो फर्टिलाइज्ड हुआ है या नहीं हुआ. जैसे ही ईस्ट्रोजन जब रिलीज होना शुरू हुआ था फ्रॉम द सेकेंडरी फॉलिकल, माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, तभी ये वाला जो हमारा एंडोमीट्रियल लेयर है वो टॉर्चुअस हो गया था. स्पाइरल आर्टरीज बहुत कॉइल्ड हो गई थी, है ना, यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर. एंड वी हैड अ वेरी टॉर्चुअस ग्लैंड्स बिकम्स हाइपर सिक्रीटरी. तो जो हमारा ये फेज है हमारा, जिसमें हमारे वी कैन सी दिस पर्टिकुलर growth of the endometrium, this is called as proliferative phase. Okay, so proliferation is being taking place. The increase in the glands and the coiling of the spiral arteries is taking place. Proliferation means growth of that particular endometrium layer is being taking place under the influence of ईस्ट्रोजन. ईस्ट्रोजन ने थोड़ा सा हिंट दे दिया था, पर बाकी काम जब प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन ने कर दिया. प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन कहते हैं आई विल हेल्प यू आउट बिकॉज नाउ आई हैव कम हेयर. सो प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन हैज मेड इट वेरी क्लियर दैट आई विल हेल्प यू, एंड इट हैज मेड दिस स्पाइरल आर्टरीज मोर कॉन्वोलेटेड हो गए. देखिए, यू कैन सी द कॉन्वोलेशन जैसे टेढ़ी मेढ़ी हो गई है. ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा वैस्कुलैरिटी बढ़ गई है इनमें. एंड दिस इज द कॉक स्क्रू शेप इट. ओके, एंड दीज ग्लैंड्स दे विल बिकम द सब न्यूक्लिएटेड. इनमें सब न्यूक्लिएटेड वैक्यूल्स आ जाते हैं. It means that they are ready for the implantation. They are ready for the implantation of a blastocyst. They contain glucose. They will give the early nourishment to the growing blastocyst. So this layer is getting ready. Okay, so this is about the follicular phase. हमने बात करा जो ओवरीज में हो रहा था, और यहाँ पे हो रहा था हमारा प्रोलिफरेटिव फेज. जो हमारा ओवरीज में हो रहा था ओवुलेशन, यहाँ पे भी ओवुलेशन आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पर. ठीक है, then we have the luteal phase in the ovaries, and here we have the secretory phase in the endometrial layer. ठीक है, this is all about this, and simultaneously you will see the upsurge of the progesterone estrogen, which is making this layer more tortuous, and the implantation of the blastocyst, it is getting ready. It doesn't know, okay, estrogen के time पे ही वो बढ़ जाता है. And you can see the hormones also. So when you have to write in the exam, kindly make this cycle. It is very much clear that how the release of the ova takes place, how corpus luteum is getting ready for the secretion of the progesterone and estrogen. Okay, it is not the it is not only the progesterone is being secreted by the corpus luteum. It is there are many hormones like estrogen, progesterone, relaxin, and inhibin A. Inhibin also prevents, it leads to the feedback mechanism that now I don't want any follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. I already have, मेरे पास मेरा mature follicle आ चुका है. Now this corpus luteum hasn't stopped its work. इसने अपना काम बंद नहीं करा. इसने ही ऐसे नहीं किया कि I have given my baby to you, I will stop my work. No, it is still providing the progesterone. पर इसकी एक वैलिडिटी है. ये बोलता है कि मैं सिर्फ 2 हफ्ते तक आपको एंडोमेट्रियम को नरिश करता रहूँगा, बिकॉज उसका वो वेट कर रहा है. वो वेट कर रहा है कि वो जो हमारा एग रिलीज हुआ है उसको हम क्या कर दें, उसको एक फर्टिलाइजेशन हो जाए by the sperm. So 2 weeks तक a corpus luteum will continuously secreting the progesterone, estrogen to maintain the endometrial layer, functional layer, to make it available for the implantation. But as we didn't get any fertilization, the progesterone, estrogen, the level of progesterone, estrogen gets down or it gets decline, and due to its decline, the we can see in the, I will show you in the endometrial layer, as the endometrium and progesterone gets decline, the spiral arteries, you can see they become constricted. यहाँ पे vasoconstriction हो जाएगी. इसकी vasoconstriction की वजह से क्या होगा, if any of the arteries will, if they will not give the enough blood supply, they will become atretic. वो काम नहीं करेंगी, वो बिल्कुल degrade होना शुरू हो जाएंगी. So that's why sludging of this functional layer occurs, because they gets deprived of the blood supply. The vasoconstriction of these arteries occurs because in the decline of the progesterone and estrogen. Simultaneously, as the progesterone estrogen gets down, again the message goes to the pituitary gland ki now please start secreting follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, because there is no pregnancy, the menstrual layer has been shed off, the folliculogenesis has to be started again. Okay, so this is all about the menstrual cycle. My dear students, if you have any doubt, write down to me in comments so that I can see your doubts and I will clear in the doubt session. And if you want more explanation to this topic, I can do that for you also. One thing I would like to add upon to these things, that when the corpus luteum will shed off, it said कि आज 2 हफ्ते हो चुके हैं, कोई प्रेगनेंसी नहीं हुई है, प्रोजेस्टेरोन एस्ट्रोजन खत्म हो चुके हैं, this corpus luteum will start getting degraded, है ना, and it will become corpus albicans and वो destroy हो जाता है. Second thing is, जब हमारा ब्लास्टोसिस्ट है ना, अगर वो इम्प्लांटेशन फर्टिलाइजेशन हो जाता है तो प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन ईस्ट्रोजन डिक्लाइन नहीं होते हैं, बिकॉज नाउ दे हैव सीन कि मेरी जो एम्बेडेड लेयर है उसमें जब बडिंग हो जाती है, उसमें जब बरो हो जाता है, इम्प्लांटेशन हो जाती है ब्लास्टोसिस्ट की, तो वो ब्लास्टोसिस्ट क्या करेगा, कॉर्पस लूटियम को एक मैसेज देगा, उसके ग्रैनुलोसा सेल्स को मैसेज देगा, क्योंकि जो ब्लास्टोसिस्ट होता है उसका जो आउटर लेयर है जहाँ से प्लेसेंटा की फॉर्मेशन होती है फ्रॉम द ट्रोफोब्लास्ट, उसका जो आउटर लेयर होता है दैट इज सिंसिशियो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट, कॉर्पस लूटियम को क्या बोलेगा कि स्टार्ट्स आई वांट HCG, start secreting human chorionic gonadotrophin. It means the HCG will be secreted by the syncytial trophoblast, which will make the progesterone to get secreted. फिर corpus luteum अपना काम थोड़ा बंद करना चाहेगा कि now I want to take a shift. तो corpus luteum जो HCG secrete कर रहा था और जो progesterone secrete कर रहा था वो एक shift ले लेगा, that is corpus luteum to placental shift, and now the work which is being done by the corpus luteum will be done by the placenta. This is how the regulation of the menstrual cycles takes place. Menstrual cycle is the hormonal cycle. You have to start with an HPO axis, hypothalamus, pituitary ovarian axis. What are the two types of cycle, ovarian cycle and the uterine cycle? What are the phases of ovarian cycle? That is follicular phase, ovulation and luteal phase. Follicular phase is pre-ovulatory phase, okay? And we have studied all the basically the formation of how the follicular genesis takes place, how the mature follicle is being taking place, okay? And then we have seen that there is the uterine cycle simultaneously going on, because under the influence of pituitary hormones, the ovarian hormones estrogen, progesterone are being produced, which is getting the endometrium prepared for the pregnancy. This is all about menstrual cycle. I hope you like it, and please put down the comments about your queries regarding this topic. Thank you so much.